Hi everyone. In this video I will be reviewing the Xiaozet triple port USB network server, model LK300EW. It was sent to me to perform an independent review, but just to be clear, there was no exchange of monies for this review. For those of you who watched my review of the Xiaozet single port model, I expect this unit to function in a similar fashion. However, without requiring me to reconfigure the server prior to testing each peripheral I will be using. During the testing, I will again be connecting 3 USB peripherals, one of them being the same brother label printer I used last time, and the other 2 being a scanner and a USB hard drive, just to mix things up a bit. Let's start by taking a look at what's included in the retail box. After opening it, I find the same user guide as provided with the previously reviewed model. This guide covers both the single and triple port versions of the server. Next, I find the USB server itself, which closely resembles the single port version except that it has 3 USB ports, 1 LAN port, and 3 LEDs, 1 for each of the 3 USB ports. Pulling out a small cardboard spacer, I find a USB power brick, a matching power cable, an RJ45 cable, and both cables appearing to be about 3 feet long. Examining the power brick more closely, I see that it outputs 2 amps of power, which is twice the power of the one that was provided with the single port unit. I have to be careful which power brick I use during the testing, because the server itself indicates that it requires 2 amps to properly operate. Comparing the software files I previously downloaded from the website to those now, it seems that one of the utilities, the printer install tool, has been updated with a later version. I'll have to make sure to install that updated version on my PC prior to starting the test. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up the periphery needed to do the testing, and connect each of them to the USB server and do some testing. Well, let's start by showing the configuration of the software. The first place you should go is this website here, www.xiaozet.net/LK300EW/. I have the link down below in the notes. When you get there, you'll see this page, and it starts off with a pretty helpful manual. So if I go ahead here and look at this, it gives you a step-by-step of how to configure the software. Now, as it turns out, there are multiple ways to add devices, specifically general devices, just considered a USB device like you have down here, or you can add a specific printer. Now, in order for the printer add to work, you need a printer that is supported by the print server function within the software for this 3-port USB server. None of the equipment that I have, which includes a printer, but it's not in the support list, my Brother QL-500 label printer. But that's okay. I already have that working on this PC by connecting it directly to one of my USB ports. So really all I have to do is use the first case here of using a generalized virtual USB connect tool, which they provide up on their website. And you could actually come to this particular area and download it if you want. Right now I'm in the section just looking at general information, but you can go ahead and go to the download section over here if you'd like to do that. Once you've installed that tool and basically then connected up the actual USB server, you'll be able to connect devices to the 1 or all 3 of the USB ports on the server. So let's go directly to install that software right now and take it from there. Okay, now I have everything laid out on the table here. Here's the actual 3-port server. It's currently not connected to the network, so let me connect it up with a network cable. I'm doing a hardwired. Could also go wireless, but I'm decided not to do it that way. So we have that connected. It's not powered on yet. I didn't plug it in. So what I'll do is let me start by turning this on by plugging in, and there we go. It's starting to come up. We see the power light, The USBs are not there, so it should not light up any of them permanently. It's initializing. We got to wait till that system light actually goes solid. Still blinking. We have the software looking for it at the same time, so when it comes up, hopefully the software will recognize it. And there we go. And the cloud light is blinking. That means it's waiting for possible connection via wireless. And we found the server, as you can see up on the screen here. I had to refresh it in order for it to be found. So let me go ahead and start turning these devices on. They're all plugged in right now, but I didn't connect them up to this. So let me start with the Q&L label printer. I don't have it powered on, but I'll put it in this first port. Let's see what we got. Powered on. I see a USB. USB 3 came on. It shows the QL500 now listed over here. It's disconnected state, so let me go ahead and connect it. Now it's connected. So let me try the next one. Let me now try this hard drive. I'll power it on first. There's a USB hard drive here. And the light's coming on, so we know it's coming up. Got the USB. Let's connect it to the next port. Nope, that next port came on. That blinked a few times. Let me do another refresh. And now we see two. We see the QL500, and we have this JMS56X, which is a hard drive. Let me connect that guy. And there they are. They're both connected. Let me try the next one. Now the next one draws power through the USB, which is my scanner. Okay, that's what I have over here, the scanner. So let me just go ahead and plug this guy in and see if it connects. And we see the light come on. Let's go to the software. I will do a refresh. We see the Epson Perfection V19 scanner. It is currently disconnected. Oh, it looks like it disconnected. It disconnected the, oh, it's not connected, this hard drive. And now we'll connect the Epson. So right now, all three are connected. So we should be able to see them. Okay, back again. You may not have noticed it in the video, except for my pop-ups in between the two sections of this review, but I spent the last day plus trying to resolve some issues. My PC started freezing up. I think it was 2 times in a row, and then the third time it just blue screened on me every time I tried to connect up the devices on this particular USB server. After some troubleshooting and trial and error, I came up with the fact that it was the USB 3.0 hard drive that I have. As you can see here, it is a 3.0, and it says 3.0, USB 3.0 that is. And connecting directly to my PC, whether I connect it to a 3.0 or a 2.0, it works. It connects up, it opens up a directory, and I can see what's going on. I didn't do a performance measurement on it. I would expect that the USB 2.0 would probably run a little bit slower in accessing the files because the data rate is lower. But again, I didn't test that part of it. I just wanted to get this thing on past the problem. So with that in mind, I'm taking this out of the equation. I'm not going to use this hard drive right now. Instead, I'm going to use a standard USB stick, similar to what I did when I reviewed the one-port version of this, the LK300EW device in my last video. So that should work okay. We'll see. Right now I have it turned on. I do not have, let me see, did I turn this on? No, I did not turn that on. Did I connect up this stuff? No, I didn't. So let me connect everything up again. I'll connect up it's already got the QL500 label printer. I'll connect the scanner, and then I'll connect the USB stick. Okay. And then what I have to do here is tell the virtual USB device that we want to connect. Let me refresh first. It sees all 3 of them, okay? So if I click on the USB stick and I say connect, what happens? Well, it connects and it opened up the window into that device. So here's the USB stick. It became drive H, and I can see the files on it. I don't have any text files in here I can open right now. Oh, wait a minute. I have this Word file. Let me open this up. Okay. And this is the same file I used in the last test. So there it goes, saying the same thing. Success. It works fine. Opening up this file on the USB. Okay, So that works. We close this. Leaving that open, I'm going to now connect the label printer. Connect that one. Okay, it says it's connected. Can't really tell. It doesn't do anything unless I print something. So let me open up the software to print a label. So what I'll do is I'll open up the most recent file I have. Very similar to the label I had tested with before, but I had changed it prior to this testing today. So now it says slightly different addresses. They're both fake anyway. It doesn't matter. Let me see if I can print this out. It's printing out. Here it is. So the label printed out successfully. Okay. I'll close this. I don't need to do that anymore, so that works. Let me try the scanner. I will do a connect on the scanner. Oh wow, the scanner is initializing. I can hear it and I can see the light blinking. It'll go solid once it's fully initialized. There we go, right now. Let me put a couple of things in here and do a scan. I'll put the label I just did. And right next to it, I'll put the little manual, at least the cover of it. And we'll try scanning both of these things. Okay. Let's see what we get. I got to open up the scanning software for that. There it goes. I'll just say scan. And it's scanning. I can hear it and I can see it. The light's blinking. It shows a little image of what was scanned right here in this little window here. That was the pre-scan. Now it's going to do the final scan. And it puts it into the directory I've assigned for scans. The last one here, let me open that up. And there we go. Let me bring this window over. And what do you see? I always use a green background on my scanners, light green, so I can distinguish it from the documents. And you can see there's the Network Printer Server Quick User Guide, and there's the label that I just created with the printer. That works fine. Everything seems to work. Now I can go ahead and disconnect these things. So now they're all disconnected. And I can power off or do whatever with it. Do I still have to, no, I'm looking at my PC. I don't have to eject the USB stick. It doesn't show up there after I've disconnected it. Okay, that's good. Anyway, that shows that it does work. I've put in a message to the organization that sent me this. I'm not sure if the actual manufacturer or distributor, but once I hear back from them in terms of the problem, I think that at a very minimum, this software, virtual USB software, probably needs to be updated. You may even need to, or they may need to do is do a firmware update for the actual device itself. So I'll wait to hear back from them and I'll put a note, unless they get to me before I finish this video. Not likely. So I'll put a note on the bottom of this video that shows what they come up with if they contact me. So with that said, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video and this review. And I still think this is usable for now, as long as you're careful not to plug in a USB 3.0 device to any of those 3 ports. I didn't try that with the old single port one. I'm not sure if I'll do that separately or not. Maybe it has the same problem, but I don't want to freeze my PC up anymore because that's always a risk to my operating system and I don't feel like rebuilding the whole thing. So with that, I'll bid farewell. Thanks for watching.